My name is Paloma Pavel, and I work with Carl Anthony at the Earth House Center for Leadership in Oakland, California. And I want to express my gratitude to Makani and everyone at Praxis and all of you that I'm beginning to meet here this weekend as we explore local policies for transforming communities. And what I'm sharing with you today is a tool that has emerged out of our work with communities across the United States and our growing ear for communities at the global scale. And I'd like to say just a little bit about sort of the roots of this work, how this model evolved for us, and also bring myself present in this picture with all of you. We'll also kind of explore the various points of the compass in a very kind of beginning way. This will be kind of planting a seed together for this weekend, and then end with kind of where we're heading with this work and invite you all to join us in it. So I'm from San Diego, California, and that experience of being born at the border, the La Frontera, has really shaped my awareness and consciousness of race and class in this work. And many people think of the border between cultures in San Diego. It's also a place of the border of land and sea. It's also a place of the border of the human and the more than human world. And I wanted to just bring forward a brief image, which is, this is the Thompson gazelle, which was one of my favorite animals as a young child going to the zoo. And the zoo in San Diego was one of the first zoos without bars. And as a young child, I would go there and wonder, what is it with me and with those animals, and how do I connect with them? How is my life fed by the same energy that their lives are, and how are we connected? And the gazelle, I recently learned as I went back there that in fact there is no actual separation between like an electronic gate or anything like that between the humans and the gazelles that are in that enclave. And in fact, there is kind of a 5-foot trench and a border area. But when the animals come to the zoo, they learn to stay inside and to stay within that enclave. But every once in a while, even now, when there is a thunderstorm or lightning or a small earthquake, the animals remember that power, and the gazelles jump out of the enclave. And this happens even now at the San Diego Zoo. So I think that part of what we are doing here is having an opportunity to jump outside of our usual context and to remember the power, the deep wisdom knowing, innate, indigenous knowing that each one of us has and that we'll be sharing here. And so part of where the compass came from is from a kind of gazelle knowing inside of me. So I'm just wanting to bring some of my own roots here, the gazelle. What is that?
It's a gazelle.
So, we are learning that it will take 3 Earths to live at the rate that the United States is consuming the global footprint, which is leading to inequity in our community as well as to global military exploitation. At Earth House Center, we're working on metropolitan issues where we see events like Katrina and the breaking of the levees as an opportunity to really look at the issues of spatial apartheid, race, and class in our communities. And we see that Katrina is everywhere and that we are all aware of the communities drowning on dry lands. And in our work, we are seeking models that are rooted in living systems where we can move from the mechanistic models, the boxes that we have inherited, and reclaim an ecological model of mutual power. So this is some of the context of the work that we've been doing over the last 10 years with the Sustainable Metropolitan Communities Network. And so this compass, we've been sort of discovering these different points that seem to be arising in communities of power, and communities that are gaining traction, even in the midst of devastating and equitable situations. We are all finding ourselves in kind of this new moment where the sky is open and yet uncertain. And as we are waking up together, we are learning to take power, and one of the ways that we begin to take power often is by taking actions that halt destruction and that say no.